Hello guys, welcome back to Plant Wishlist Wednesdays. On today's episode, you guys, I have two more plants for you that I have chosen randomly from my list. Now, if you guys are new, then hi, I'm Pete. On every Wednesday, I usually just do two plants. It used to be one, but I do two plants each week from my wish list, my plant wish list. That we basically just cover some of the aspects of the plants, why I actually love the plants, and how they grow, their needs, basic information. But let's get straight into it, you guys. So as I said, we have two for you this week. I have an Ethereum for you guys. Most of you guys know that I don't really care for Ethereums, but honestly, the past couple months, I've just been on that Ethereum train, and I've seen a couple of Ethereums that just, yeah. So, on my list, I do have currently 6 more new plants that I did add, and they are Anthurium. So, I'm going to do one Anthurium, and then also in a, Philodendron. So, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Now, first plant we're going to do is get this Anthurium out the way. You guys, this Anthurium is the Anthurium cardboard or cardboard Anthurium or Anthurium Clarinovium. Now, oh my word, I've seen this plant, you guys. Yeah. Now, most of you should know that I do have a basic Anthurium that I've been growing for a while now. I did I think it was a repot or something like that on her. Go check it out. So basically, I bought that plant to see was I was able to actually keep just an Anthurium period, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on um an Ethereum that I really want, especially now since prices are just sky high. So I decided to, try for something that was fairly easy to find and cheap. And anyway, she's been growing, thriving, bigger leaves. If anything was wrong with her, the most part was fungal, and that is usually certain Anthuriums, if I'm not mistaken. My Clarinovium or cardboard Anthurium, I'm getting it mixed up with another Anthurium. One of them like a lot of humidity, and the other one is like basic need, like 60, 70%. Anyway, you guys, those Anthuriums with the lower humidity, well, any plant rather, with those with the lower humidity can cause fungal issues or fungal growth or bacteria, whatever. But she's been growing fine, and now I know I'm able to actually get one. Now this one here, as I said before, loves the humidity. If you check out these leaves, you guys, they remind the newer leaves, newer growth. It actually reminds you of a melanochrysum or what else gives you that bronze? It's like a bronze kind of mustardy, goldish color. I don't know how to describe the color on it, but it looks good. Uh, of course, you're noticing from the pictures that most people, kind of like myself, get Anthuriums for the actual foliage. And then you also have the people that actually love the flowers as well. And then you also have people who actually just, love making hybrids from these plants. So with me personally, this foliage is spectacular. Now, I do have to dig in a little bit more research on um, getting the actual keep the velvet, not velvet. There's like a pastel color, you guys, on most Anthuriums, especially the ones that have the velvetyness on them. Again, kind of like your melanochrysum or your Mikings or your teddy bear, Tridescanthia, things like that. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with sunlight. Now, I've done, like I said, some research on these guys. They need, of course, your bright indirect sunlight. And of course, they have those spectacular veining, white creamish veining that runs through the plant. And then also, it has that heart-shaped leaf as well. Now, I do know for a fact that this plant is just like your regular um, Anthurium. They don't like too much water, even though they can handle a lot of water. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they're called epiphytes, epiphyllite, something of that nature. Basically, these plants or Anthuriums are kind of like in the family of orchids, I would say. They are found growing on branches and treetops and random things like that. And where the tropical regions where they're located, it rains constantly, but there is a great amount of air circulation. And then also the substrate or whatever it's growing in or on, the roots are very thick, as you can see with just your regular basic Anthurium, and they can dry out very fairly quickly. Now, if I do decide, when I do get my hands on this one, if I do decide to take her outside and let her grow outside for a season or two, I would have to really think about that. Just, again, due to the pest issues and also the excess rain and anything else that I really can't control outside. Now, this plant here, I've had my eye on actually this one for a pretty long time. It was one of those plants that it was like, okay, I see you, and that's about it. And as time went on, then I finally, jumped on the Ethereum train, and now look at me. So, yeah, back to this cardboard Ethereum now. You guys, done my research again. The leaves are basically the texture of cardboard. They're thin, and you guys know what cardboard. I mean, it's kind of, I don't say rough, but you know what cardboard feels like. And with me personally, like I said before, I love these plants just because of the foliage. And if, like I said, if I put them outside, it'll definitely help with the longer stems, bigger leaves to kind of filtrate some of that extra bright indirect light for some of my lower bearing ground plants. I think that are they the yeah my lower ground plants, kind of like my calatheas and things that don't need a lot of light, but you know can handle some light. So, yeah, guys, this plant here I will have in my collection. Again, like I said, the watering will be the same. She can handle the water as long as you have the substrate to match, and then also the air circulation. Light, wise, of course, bright indirect light works wonder with anything that's tropical. They're used to that definitely bright indirect sunlight, and even with some tropicals, they can still thrive in that bright direct sunlight. So again, just to be on the safe side, just go for bright indirect sunlight on most of your plants, especially if it's a tropical plant. Now, if I'm able to get my hands on one of these, now pricing, wow, yeah. So if I'm able to get my hands on one of these, I will tell you it'll be probably, if prices go down, I would say within a year and a half to 2 years from now. Um, the plants that I'm looking at, that the ones that I prefer, could do without, but prefer are like maybe $300, 250, $300 range. Pretty high for a nice size plant. Again, I would at least love them to be the size of my hand, and I have some pretty big hands, so that is just for a leaf, any kind of leaf, especially if you're going to spend crazy amounts. I would at least want something that, you know, worth looking at. And I would also be fine with a stem cutting. We'll be happy with that if it's gifted, traded, whatever the case may be. And we'll just definitely have to go from there. Like I said before, this plant boom and prices are just sky high. And I know for a fact I will not be able to find this plant anywhere around here no time soon. And I've yet to find any rare plant shops around the area, so that I can even just, do a video or just look at some of these plants that I've never seen in person before. So again, finding this plant would be very hard for me locally or even just traveling, unless I'm pretty sure more than likely we're pushing I would say my state boundary to find these sorts of plants. And I'm going to get my hands on this one again just because of the velvet. I do love the velvet texture of the leaves, even though, you know, I'm not just around here touching all the velvet of my leaves, but I do love the texture and how they actually grow. But yeah, guys, that is the Anthurium cardboard Clarinovium, and I will have her. Yeah. All right. So next plant, you guys, we have. I'm pretty sure, and I know most of you guys have heard of this plant. Most of you guys have seen this plant. I'm pretty sure. Even on some other YouTubers' channel, this plant is just, yeah, for me, it's just, yeah, it is the Philodendron White Knight. Um, yeah, you know, this plant, oh my, I've done a a good bit amount of research on this plant, and I would say it kind of reminds you almost like a pink princess with the variegation. Now, I do know that the leaf structure of this plant is a lot different from a lot of the other philodendrons, like the pink princess. I would say the leaf, if you can see by the pictures, you guys, the leaf shape is kind of more wide ovally compared to, you know, maybe like a younger um, pink princess. Now, this plant, as I said before, I do love the variegation. You're definitely able to see kind of even on your pink princess, any variegated plant, you guys, the variegated how it travels down the stems and up through the leaf. I just love looking at that on any variegated plant, especially when it's highly variegated, and you can tell the difference, you know, from maybe the white to the crisp green. It is just spectacular. So this plant, oh, we're gonna save that pricing towards the end because I don't even want to talk about it. But this plant, you guys, is a very, very attractive species to me. I know most of you guys love that plant as well. Some of you just think it's, you know, just another regular philodendron. And then I also know that there are some YouTubers that are overseas that just have these, just a plethora, just, you know, just everywhere. And I'm like, the states, you know, we just money thirsty. But anyway, um, this plant again will be treated just like your regular just like your regular any other philodendron, just like any other regular philodendron. Um, we're talking about likewise with this plant being a variegated plant, especially white. You would have to give this plant the utmost of bright um, indirect sunlight. Now, you don't want to give this plant too much light that it actually burns your leaves. And then also you have to keep in mind, since this is a white variegated plant or just white variegated plant, then you have to find that perfect balance of light so that the leaves don't burn, and then also so that so that the plant doesn't give up on that leaf because it's not quote unquote needed anymore. But this is a very attractive plant. I do have some mature specimens that you guys are seeing, and they are just mouth watering, especially if you can find a good specimen that has great DNA variegation in it. Just oh my. But with me personally, you know, guys, I don't want a plant with a whole bunch of variegation in it, just because again, if you can't find that perfect balance of light, moisture, humidity, fertilizer, then that leaf, you know, or plant rather, is just going to teeter back and forth of giving and take of that leaf. But even if then you know, you guys, I would still love this plant to death. I've been wanting a white knight for a very long time. Now the prices have always been high, but not like this ridiculously high on this plant. We're talking maybe close to $700, and that is for a good, not like a huge plant, but a good size little. That's good enough, good size little specimen, and that's with good variegation, and maybe we're talking 8 to 9 nodes, if that. Now, I haven't seen too many YouTubers with this plan. I don't know if it's just because again it's pricing or I'm pretty sure it's probably pricing because now, like I said, it's pretty high. And other than not seeing them, these are the ones in the States, you guys. Other than not seeing them, you really don't see too many people with them. But if I get her when I get her in my collection of not sure when, you guys, just because of course that is just entirely too much. Even with me loving plants the way I love them to death, I would not spend $800+ on a plant. It just nope, nope. I just can't do that. But when the prices do go down, I don't see, I really don't see a problem with spending maybe, $100 on it. And then at that time, I'm pretty sure these will be, a lot nicer plants, really worth $100. So that I'll have to keep in mind and also wait on as well. And then, of course, I wouldn't mind getting it as a gift or even a trade, whatever the case may be. But just going out and purchasing this guy just not happening. Even I'm pretty sure if you go to a nursery, they spent some money on it and they're going to get every bit of their money back. Now, you do have some people that are not quite money thirsty, and the prices will still be up on the higher end, but not like an extra $400 on top of, maybe she's selling it for like $250 compared to everybody else who's like at $890. Like, what is going on? So, but yeah, guys, if when I get her in my collection, I will treat her the same, just like any of the rest of my philodendrons. I guarantee you, she will grow inside of a grow tent of mine. Don't see her coming out. I mean, unless it's like, don't see her coming out. Just retract that. Okay. So yeah, she will be growing inside of the grow tent until maybe it's time to chop her and prop her. But we all know that I do love growing my plants up on stakes or poles, or I haven't figured that out yet. Someone let me know what that's called. And once they get to a certain topping point, then I decide to, chop it from there and just, chop and prop or sell trade, whatever the case may be, and just move on from that. But she's a fairly moderate, from what I read, she's a fairly slow to moderate fast grower. But again, you guys, I can tell you if you have the right conditions, again, these are tropical plants. So I would recommend you getting a grow tent. Just get a grow tent, you guys. That's all I can really say. Yeah, everything is just like, when since I'm not in the actual environment to, grow these plants outside, maybe like in, the Florida area, California area. So, my grow rate or it's like, you know, and then winter comes is like, but get your grow tent. I'm telling you guys, from January the 1st to December 31st is like, what is going on? What is going on? I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared, and I can tell you guys, she would love it in there, just like the rest of them. If you guys probably, you're more than sure, pretty sure most of you guys probably seen the plants that I have in there. Things are just growing at a phenomenal rate, and I'm actually just loving it, you guys. So once I get my hands on her, of course, I will take her up on that pole. Not sure if I want to do my spag or not. You know, as time goes on, things change. You know that, especially with me. So, but what I do know is that She might get another pole, another stake, whatever you want to call it, and then I'll start the chopping process. And honestly, I really got to have this plant in my collection, and yeah, it sucks that they are very high in price. Nothing I can do about it, but just wait. But yeah, guys, yeah, that is it for today's wish list video. Again, I only have 2 plants for you. Now, next week, you guys, I will be adding another Anthurium in there as well. And this one here, just, yeah. And also, yeah, well, I'll let you know about the other one next week. Ha. So, yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, comment down below. Let me know if you've seen these plants. Maybe some of you guys have these, again, just sitting around in your nursery on clearance. Oh my, that was just, I would probably cry if I see a video on someone making, oh my, they went to a nursery and they're on clearance. They're already cheap. It's like, it's depressing. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, you guys. Maybe some of you guys have these. Maybe you're like me and you have it also on your wish list and wanted it as well. And, you know, just wouldn't mind having it. But yeah, also hit that notification bell, guys. This bell will let you know what is going on over here with Planting with Pete. And also will let you know when the next wish list video will be out. And I can tell you guys, it'll be next week, same time. And I will see you guys then. Bye.